Chapter 25. Rachel. Waking up in my boyfriend's arms is the best feeling in the world, that is for sure. Getting up, Chris rolls on his back, and damn, he is hot. Grabbing the phone off the nightstand, I notice I have his phone. Looking at the picture he has on his lock screen, I can't help but smile. I didn't even know he took this picture. Using the light on his phone, I find mine and take a picture of Chris. Knowing I won't be able to go back to sleep, I get dressed and head out back. I start with a warm-up since I haven't worked out all weekend. When I'm done, I run laps around the yard. We are working on a new cheer for the game this week, so I work on that. Why does Coach ask me for help on new routines and not Amanda, since she is captain? Thinking about it, though, maybe it is because, for one, she sucks at being captain and only got the spot because her parents donated a lot of money to the school. Then the other thing is she is a slut, and every time she helps with the routines, it always involves trying to show off as much of her slutty body as she can. And all but her friends hate that. We hardly even go to games because of her, and I really hate that. After a few hours, I go back inside to find Chris cooking. I get a water from the fridge and set on the counter. I start to laugh, thinking of the picture he has.
What's so funny?
Chris asks, walking over to me. I don't answer him, as I wrap my arms around his neck. I love you, I whisper in his ear.
I love you, Manoj.
He whispers back. So, what are we doing today? I ask, not really caring as long as I get the day with him.
My parents want us to come over,
he says, going back to the amazing smelling food. That could be fun, I say with a smile as he groans, making me laugh. Baby, I add, as he looks at me, smiling. I start to lift my shirt.
J'essaie tellement de vous montrer que ce n'est pas seulement une question de sexe pour moi, et vous rendez cela extrêmement difficile.
I am trying so hard to show you that it isn't just about the sex for me, and you are making this extremely hard.
I just look at him, confused, on what he just said. Huh? I ask, making him laugh. Putting my shirt down, I jump off the counter and walk over to him. I put my arms around his neck, so he steps back from the stove. Smiling, I jump up as he catches me.
Now who is the baby?
He whispers, and goes back to cooking while still holding me. Kissing his neck a few times, I jump down for a shower. Getting out of the shower, I notice all my clothes I have here is dirty. Pouting, I put on Chris's shirt and go ask if there is a washer. Finding him in the living room watching TV, I walk over, sitting on his lap. Baby, is there a washer here? All my clothes are dirty, I ask him.
Out in the shop there's one, but I have no damn clue how to use it,
he tells me. Sadly, I don't think he is joking. Going to get up, he holds me tight, making me laugh. Yes? I ask, in a playful voice.
Do you think all I want is sex?
He whispers. I don't answer at first because I don't know what to say. Finally, I ask, do you want to have sex with me?
Yes, but that isn't the only thing I want, Rachel.
He answers. It's funny how we both are scared of what the other is thinking and we are never right on our guess. I say with a laugh.
That is true and funny,
he says, kissing my neck. I move so I am straddling his lap, then I start to grind on him.
Food, Manoj.
He pants, making me laugh. The food can wait. I pull his shirt that I am wearing off and smile at how he keeps looking between my eyes and chest. Baby, I whisper, making him laugh. After a moment of silence, he cups my breast, making me moan. Please, I whine.
Please what?
He asks. You know what I want, I pout. With a huge smile, he brings his mouth to my breast and starts to suck. I move my hands to his hair, making him moan. I start to rock my hips, wanting the friction, and notice he is getting hard.
We don't have to do this, Rachel,
he pants, making me annoyed. Shh, I say, and then lift up. So I bring my breast back to his mouth, making him laugh as he sucks and nips at them. As I stand up, I hear him whimper until I start to take the shorts off. Then he moans. Looking at his jeans, he follows my eyesight as he teases,
"Yes, Miss Mitchell, can I help you?"
"Off," I say, in a playful voice, pointing to his jeans.
"What if I don't want to?"
He says with a huge smile. If he wants to mess with me, then I will mess with him. I shrug and turn to walk off, but laugh when Chris wraps his arms around me.
"Hell no, you started this,"
he whispers as he kisses my ear. I rub my ass on his jeans, making him moan. Only moving one hand from my stomach, he reaches between us and undoes his jeans. Stepping out of his jeans and boxers, he spins me around. Grabbing my ass, he picks me up and walks until my back is against the glass door. "That is cold," I pant, because the glass is cold. Sliding into my exceedingly wet pussy, he whispers,
"Then let me warm you up."
Then adds,
"Damn, you're wet,"
making me smile. "Only for you," I say, kissing his ear.
"Good,"
he pants, as he ups the pace, taking me to heaven yet again. After mind-blowing sex, I put his clothes back on and round up our dirty clothes. Walking back out to the living room, I see Chris putting the food on the counter. So I drop the clothes and go over to him, taking the plates back to the coffee table. "I'm sorry," I whine, setting down.
"For what?"
he asked, sitting next to me. "You cooked, and I—"
"It's fine, baby,"
he says, cutting me off. "We can eat, then I will wash clothes," I say, taking a bite. When the food touches my lips, I moan because, damn, this is good. Chris laughs as he starts to eat. We watch TV and finish the food. When we are done, I take our dishes to the sink. When everything is cleaned up, I pick the clothes back up and ask, "Can you show me where the washer is?" Walking out the door, I notice the smudges on the glass and crinkle my nose. "I will have to clean that in a minute," I whisper.
"I'll do it,"
Chris says, laughing as he heads to the shop. Over to the side, Chris opens the door to what looks like a small closet. Inside, there is a washer and dryer with a small shelf just above them for the soap. Putting the clothes in the washer, I look at what kind of soap there is as Chris says,
"Bethany wasn't sure what kind of soap you use, so she got a few kinds."
"This is great, baby. It doesn't really matter on the soap," I tell him as I start the washer. Walking out of the shop, I joke, "Do you really not know how to use a washer?" Spinning around, he puts his hands on my shoulders and walks me back until my back hits the shop. Putting his hands on both sides of my head, he whispers,
"Do I look like I wash my clothes myself?"
making me laugh. Leaning up, I kiss him. "I'll have to teach you," I tease, making him laugh. "So, I guess you take your clothes to the hotel to wash them?" I ask, but he shakes his head.
"Most of the time, Max will take them to Bethany, and she does them,"
he answers. Thinking about something, I ask, "Why do you seem to get mad when Max calls you boss, but not everyone else?"
"He is more like a brother than anything. I'm closer to him than my own family. When my life went to hell, he was there. When I left, he found me. Max is more of a partner than an employee. Hell, I don't really even know what he does."
Chris answers, then walks back to the house. Walking in the house, I find Chris laying on the couch. Laying on top of him, I whisper, "I love you," as he wraps his arms around me.
"I love you too,"
he says back, kissing the top of my head. I just lay here watching TV until I go to check on the clothes. After the clothes are dried, I ask Chris, "What do I wear to meet your parents?" making him laugh.
"Baby, wear whatever you want. I don't care if you have on a torn-up outfit or a pricey outfit,"
he says, making me smile. But I want your parents to like me and not think I'm some poor girl trying to take advantage of you, I say, gaining another laugh.
First, I don't care if they like you or not, because I don't care what they think. Second, my parents are like your parents on that. They don't tell us who we can and can't date.
How do you know I'm not trying to take advantage of you? I joke, and pray he takes it as a joke.
Wouldn't really care even if you was, but I know you're not, for a few reasons.
He says and smiles. Go on, I say, crossing my arms over my chest.
You're stubborn and fight me when I offer to help you. I offered to take you shopping and you wouldn't ask or get anything for yourself. Oh, and then the fact that I have left money in the car and you barely used any of it.
I don't say anything. I just stick out my tongue because I'm so happy that he doesn't think I'm trying to use him or something. After we get dressed, we head to the bike to go to his parents. I open the gate so he can pull out. As I turn to get on the bike, he pats the seat in front of him. Are you sure? I ask, very shy. Giving me a huge smile, he pats the seat again. So I get on the bike. Before I put the helmet on, Chris kisses my neck as he whispers,
I trust you with my life.
I'm not sure how I feel about that. Putting on my helmet, Chris wraps his hands around me. Pulling out on the road, he puts his hands on mine, making me feel so much better. Since I don't know where I'm going, when I get to the end of the lake road, I pull over. Lifting the visor, Chris does the same, but before I can say anything, he says,
One day when you feel more comfortable with the bike, I can get one of the others and you can ride with me.
Turning so I'm looking at him, I smile. Is that why he wants me to learn so I can ride with him? Is that why you want to teach me? I ask, making him laugh.
That, and because you love bikes, so why not ride one if you love them?
He laughs. I love you, I say with a huge smile.
Yup, and you ride me.
He teases, making me turn red. Leaning back, Chris helps me off, then slides forward so I can sit on the back. After a little time, my hands start to get cold, so I stick them up his shirt. I feel his breathing catch, making me laugh, but my hands are warming up, so I don't move them. When I can feel my fingers again, I start to trace his abs. As he pulls off the highway, I start to look around, but I have no clue where we are. It doesn't take long before he pulls up to a huge gate. Stopping at a keypad, he puts in a code and the gate opens. Just like at Max's house, it takes forever before I can finally see the house. But this house is much bigger. Pulling on a small road that leads around the house, we finally stop in front of garage doors. Getting keys out of his pocket, Chris hands them to me, so I get off the bike, then take off the helmet. Taking off his helmet, he says,
This one here.
Pointing to one of the keys, so I open the door. Getting inside, I about die because the cars this man has is like a dream.
Like what you see?
I hear Chris whisper in my ear, so I spin around. Wrapping my arms around his neck, I jump up as he catches me. Yes, I do love what I see, I say, then kiss him. A simple kiss turns into making out. Chris walks over, setting me on his bike, making me moan. Grabbing the bottom of his shirt, I pull it up as he asks,
What do you want, Minaj?
Panting, I answer, Please fuck me on the bike. He gets a huge smile. Pulling my shirt off, he starts to kiss my chest. I don't know why, but being on the bike right now seems to up my hormones. Rushing to take my bra off, Chris takes my hands as he whispers,
Slow down, baby.
Making me whine.
I'm going to make love to you, don't worry.
He teases, kissing my neck. He is going so slow, this is torture.
You really like bikes, don't you?
He asks. I can't find words, so I just nod my head, making him laugh. Standing me up, he starts to unbutton my jeans as I kiss and nibble on his neck, making him moan.
I'm going to have to fuck you on the bike more often. Damn, you're horny.
he teases. Sorry, I say, and try to calm down.
Don't be. This is hot.
He answers, as he sets me back on the bike. Dropping his jeans, he slides my panties to the side, moaning as he slides into me. Wrapping my legs around him, I pull him closer, so he holds me tight as he pushes in and out of me. We are both pouring sweat when we are done and panting so hard. Pulling out of me, Chris lays his head on my shoulder as he tries to catch his breath. When we can breathe normal again, we both get dressed. Following Chris out a side door, we walk up to the house. Walking down a never-ending hallway, we finally come out in what I think is the living room. My whole house can fit in this one room. Seeing Max on the couch, I say, "Hi," making him laugh. A man that looks like Derek, but older, walks in the room.
I was wondering if you were going to come inside,
he says. Sorry, I whisper.
Max was too scared to go get y'all.
Derek laughs, walking in the room.
No, I wasn't, but I'm not stupid. I have a pretty good idea what they were doing,
he protests, making me turn red and hide behind Chris. Derek starts to laugh as he says,
We all know what they were doing. She is hot as hell.
The older guy walks over to me, so I move more behind Chris.
She is shy,
he asks.
At first.
Derek and Max both say together. The man steps back as he says,
I'm David, Chris's dad.
Hi, I'm Rachel, I say, trying not to whisper.
How are you a cheerleader if you are this shy?
Derek asks, pissing Chris off.
On that field, she doesn't have to talk to anyone or be around anyone but the other squad members.
He grits. I don't want them to fight, so I walk over to the couch to sit next to Max. Chris follows me, thankfully, and when he sits down, I move over to his lap.
Lily will be back shortly. She had to run to town for a moment,
David says, so I nod. We talk for a while, and I notice Chris only seems to be answering me, but the other three don't seem to be bothered by it, so I don't say anything. I have to go to the bathroom, I whisper to Chris, making him laugh.
Down the hall, fourth door on the left.
Nice try. I'm not getting lost, I fuss, as I try to pull him up with me.
It's not hard to find, baby,
Chris teases, so I put my hands on my hips as I say, this place is too damn big, then storm off. Walking down the hall, I only find 2 doors on the left before it turns the corner. So I open the second door down this hall to find it's the kitchen. Walking 2 more doors down, I open that door to find an office. Getting annoyed and the fact that I really have to pee, I yell, this house is too fucking big! I try a few more doors before I give up. Chris! I yell and sit on the floor. After a moment, I see Chris, so I run to him, making him laugh as he picks me up. I hate this place, I whine. Not saying anything, he walks back down the hall and turns, opening the second door. I jump down and run in the bathroom, so I should have stayed straight. I want to cry. After I finish going to the bathroom, I look in the mirror as I wash my hands, and I do start to cry. How lame am I that I couldn't even find the damn bathroom? Opening the door, Chris looks at me, but noticing the tears, he walks in and sets me on the counter.
What's wrong?
He asks as he wipes my face.
It's okay, baby,
he says, rubbing my back. When I stop crying, we walk back to the living room. Chris lays on the couch, so I lay on the backside of him and put my head on his chest. Seeing a camera flash, I look over at David to see he has his phone pointed at us. Chris pulls out his phone and starts to look at a joke app, so I turn my attention to his phone. After a few jokes, we see a very funny one and we both start to laugh.
Wow, I've never heard him laugh before,
David says, so I look at him. Is he for real? Looking at Chris, he has a pissed off look on his face.
That is all thanks to that girl he is holding,
Max says, making me smile. Go to the next one, I whisper to Chris. So he turns back to his phone and goes to the next joke. I don't know how long we lay here, but I start to get tired, so I close my eyes. Hearing talking, I start to wake up, but I don't open my eyes.
I'm glad he found someone.
I hear Max, I think.
Me too. He really seems to like this girl.
A lady says.
He does.
Derek answers, I think. Opening my eyes, I see a beautiful lady standing not far from me.
Hi, sweetie. I'm Lily, Chris's mom.
She says, as I smile. I try to get up, but Chris pulls me back down, making me laugh. I look at him to see I'm not the only one that went to sleep. Slowly opening his eyes, he looks around. As we set up, I whisper, I'm thirsty. Can I go get something to drink?
I will go with you.
He answers, making me laugh. I think I remember which door. Thankfully, I do remember, and find it without a problem. When I walk in the kitchen, there is a woman in here cooking.
Can I help you, miss?
She asks, so I smile. Water, please? Walking to the fridge, she gets me a bottle of water and hands it to me. Thanks, I say, then walk back to Chris. We spend the rest of the night talking about all kinds of stuff, but I don't want the night to end because that means Chris will leave. Since I need to get my bag, Max follows us back to the cabin and then to my house. I don't want Chris to go, but I know he has to. Since it is so late, my parents are already in bed. Chris walks me in, carrying my bag and making sure I get to my room. Laying on my bed, we make out for a while before he pulls out his phone, sending a text.